In this segment, we will review the key ideas from self-control and choice over time. Future outcomes are valued differently from present outcomes. A dollar is worth more today than it is in the future, and hence people want more in the future to compensate for not getting one today. This discounting can be measured by asking questions such as, if I promised you $100 today, how much would I need to give you 365 days from now to make you indifferent between the two outcomes? Or, if you were to get $1,000 in a year, how much can I offer you today to make you indifferent between the two outcomes? In this chart, this is the future and this is now. Let's say you were promised $1,000 in the future. How much do you need now to make you indifferent? Let's say that 30 days prior to the outcome, you would require $700 to be indifferent. 60 days prior, you would require $600, and so on and so forth. The line connecting these points is called the discounting function. In this particular discounting function, there is steep discounting close to the outcome and gradual discounting further away in time. This is called a hyperbolic discounting function. Hyperbolic functions help us understand reversals in preferences as a function of time. In this chart, SS represents a smaller, sooner outcome, say $10, and LL a larger, later one, say $12. When I am here, the discounted value of LL is larger than the discounted value of SS, so I pick LL. But as one gets closer in time to SS, the functions cross over here, and now at this point, SS starts looking larger than LL, resulting in an impulsive choice. This area here is called the lapse zone, a region where we fall prey to temptation. Another way of looking at this analysis is to make the claim that there are almost two different kinds of entities within us. One who sees the world from here, and the other one who sees it from here. The first of these entities is the planner, the rational and the wise part of us. The second is the doer, the impulsive part of us. The doer ends up deviating from plans made by the planner, creating the intention-action gap that we talked about earlier in this course. However, a smart planner can trick the doer by imposing some constraints on their behavior. These smart planners are called sophisticates. People who have self-control problems, they know that they have self-control problems, and they want to address those self-control problems. We could now model self-control as a battle between the planner and the doer, or a battle between willpower and desire. In this model, willpower wins in the region above the dotted line, while desire wins in the region below the dotted line. If you find yourself in this region where you expect that desire will dominate willpower, there are a number of strategies to both reduce desire and to increase willpower. Avoiding the tempting stimulus is an easy desire reduction strategy, as is the imposition of cooling off periods, a mandatory period of time between making a decision and actually making a purchase. A third option is to substitute an impulsive product with something else. We've already talked about two powerful strategies for increasing willpower. The first, pre-commitment, especially one that is backed by a public declaration, and the second is the keeping and monitoring of budgets. In addition, evoking anticipated regret at your choices is a third powerful strategy. And finally, decision points serve to both reduce desire and to increase willpower. To conclude, here are three specific examples of self-control strategies. First, Restrict the supply of resources even if it comes at a cost. Smokers will keep only one pack of cigarettes, and students will self-impose an early deadline on their assignments just to impose constraints on their own behavior. Second, freezing credit cards in trays of ice ensures that they are there for a real emergency, but it's simply not easy to whip them out. And finally, impose constraints on your own behavior by prohibiting further actions like withdrawals from your savings accounts. To the extent that you can put a lock on your own behavior at the time that you make an intention to do something good, that lock will help close the gap between your intentions and actual actions.